Hello there, people, YouTube. It's Carlos. Cheap Trick shirt on. I understand Bunny has left the band. I hate to hear that, but he has. Little news. I went to the doctor today. Got my pre-check done for my operation at the end of the month for my anesthesia and heart and all that. Got that all done today, and all that went well. The operation doesn't sound like a lot of fun because basically they have to do the same operation over again except with added benefits, if you would call those benefits. But it has to be done, so I'm just going to have to deal with it and move on from there. I'm wearing my POW MIA hat. Thank you to all the servicemen and women for protecting our country. I want to say that. I'm not trying to make this a political video. Just wanted to say thank you. It's not said enough. And if you see a serviceman or woman in uniform, take the time to say thank you. They will appreciate it. They're not told enough. Okay, so now it's on to what we're going to talk about today, which is tobacco snobs. Yay! And guess what? I was one of those two. I've been a lot of everything. Tobacco snobs are the snobs that if you don't smoke, and it always falls into this category, seems to me, from who I've met over the 35 years, is the ones that smoke English blends, Balkan blends, straight Virginias, vapors. They tend to be the ones that criticize you because you don't smoke their tobacco. Again, we go back to the fact that we all eat different foods, and there's a reason for that. That's why there's 37,000 different restaurants and grocery stores with, 27 aisles of food, because we all eat different things. There's some basic things that you should know, especially as a new smoker. Aromatics are, for the most part, something that smells good, is cased. Cased meaning that's flavored with an agent of some sort, vanilla, cherry, chocolate, whatever it might be. It adds aroma and flavor. It does tend to burn a little bit wet in a lot of cases. There's some out there that do not. I'm not saying every one of them do, because that's not true. But it's what you like. They're milder. They're easier. They're much more pleasant to be around in a lot of cases. I think if you were smoking 1Q and I was smoking X tobacco, they'd choose you over me because my tobacco would have Latakia in it, and they may very well not like that smokiness. Latakia is a tobacco, but it's not a tobacco per se. When you have to manufacture it, and there's a Syrian and a Cypress, and they're both really similar in the sense of how they do their tobaccos, but they come out differently, and they're smoked under hardwoods and tree branches and that kind of thing. That's what lends to the smokiness and the flavor. Syrian tobacco is harder to come by. You tend to pay more for it. There's a few manufacturers out there that make it in their blends, and they're very good blends. It does taste different than Cypress Latakia. I mean, there's a difference in it. I mean, but you have to detect it, and I mean, some people may not be able to. I mean, it's hard, and I mean, even I sometimes smoke it and I can't tell. I can tell the difference in the flavor, but the Latakia part of it doesn't really come out to me. But Latakia is a condiment. Latakia, Perique is another one. Okay, and I'm drawing a blank on my Orientals, the third one, are considered condiment tobaccos. And what that is basically like salt and pepper on your table. You add that to a blend to add a feature to the blend to accentuate the rest of the tobaccos. Most Latakia blends don't go much higher than 35 or 40%. That's pretty high. But there are some that are higher than that. Perique is made in St. James Parish, Louisiana. Pardon me while I tamp my pipe. And since this is a pipe smoking video, I would assume that, I'd have to tamp it. And now light. Okay. Sorry about that. Get rid of that smoke. Smoking a Sheridan Relief, by the way, just so you know. The tobacco, I don't remember. I pre-filled 5 of them yesterday and didn't get through everything. So, I'm not sure what it is, but it does have Latakia in it. I wouldn't be a good blind taste tester. But the condiment tobaccos add flavor to it. Orientals are found in different blends. McClellan is one that uses a lot of Orientals in their tobaccos. I'm not saying that they're the only one, because they're not. There's GLPs and Hearth and Home. There's a lot of them out there, and I'm missing a bunch. I mean, this isn't an advertisement. I don't get paid for this, so I'm just thinking of things off my head. Escudo is a very popular tobacco, and it is a Virginia, a straight Virginia with Perique, and it's exceptional for my taste. The Perique, where Latakia has a smoky flavor and scent, Perique has a little bit of a spiciness to it, almost peppery in a way. It's manufactured very similar to Tabasco sauce. If you were to look up the two and how they're manufactured, it's very similar. The fermentation of the Perique is over a year in a barrel. It's rotated, and if you look up Tabasco, it's going to be something very similar. But it lends a little peppery taste to the blend. Aroma-wise, you can detect it if there's enough in there, but you really don't want a lot in there. You want just enough in there that you can taste the flavor of it. It has just a little peppery, tantalizing taste to me. I mean, that's how that is. Orientals, there's a variable choice of Orientals, and they range, from gosh, I mean, I couldn't even start to talk about them. There's so many. But they do lend flavors to things, mostly added to Balkan mixtures and English mixtures. That's where you'll find them. You won't find them in aromatics. If you do, it's rare, and I don't even know that there's one on the market. But maybe, whereas we go now to the aromatics are the ones that are the flavored tobaccos that have the nice aroma, and they taste sweet and smell good and all that. And it really just depends on what you like. Like I said, I started out as a pipe, first of all, an aromatic smoker, then a tobacco snob, and then said, hey, wait a minute, something's not right here. I shouldn't be like this. There's no reason that because Joe likes, Chartwell or RLP6 from Tinderbox, that I have to make him like my straight Virginia or my Balkan Sobranie 759 at the time. And I finally realized that what we had in common was the pipe. That's what brought us together. It wasn't our economic value. It wasn't our economic stature, I should say. Hell, I've never made a lot of money. But I've been with the people who have made a lot of money, or were making a lot of money, and we got along just as well as anyone else, because our common thread was the pipe. And it's always nice to learn from people, and and again, your brotherhood, and someone mentioned sisterhood, and that's correct. Sisterhood should be thrown in there as well, because it is a brotherhood and a sisterhood. And we're glad to have the women with us. This is a great hobby, like I said before. I'm not trying to stress that enough. For the pipe snobs, if you ever get anyone questioning you on your blend, there's a little trick you can play with them. And a lot of people don't know this, but ask them where Cavendish is grown and see what they say. Now, unless they've seen this video, they're not going to know. But Cavendish can be grown in a multiple places. It can be grown in Kentucky. It can be grown in Virginia. Or it can be a burley, actually, tobacco. It's a process of curing process or cutting process. It's not actually a tobacco at all. It's just the way that it's processed. So when someone says they got a Cavendish tobacco, that's anything. I mean, that's anything in the world. I mean, a flake tobacco, as a true sense of Cavendish is described in Wikipedia, it's a sliced tobacco, and then you rub it in your palms and to the consistency of the blend that you want, and you lay it down and you fill your pipe. But there is no such thing as Cavendish tobacco. So tell them go harvest some and you won't see them again. So, and if they're a pipe snob, then you got twice as lucky. I'm not picking on anyone, just saying. We're here to have fun. I hope that I'm being informative. I hope I'm not looking down, looking away. You know, I don't know. I wanted to do one for you, and this is one that I was going to do yesterday. Things came up, basically football, and tonight the Vikings play, so I have to do this if I was going to do it, and I enjoy it. Thank you for all the good comments that everyone has given me and the great support. Met some really great people here on YouTube, and very acceptant people, giving me some very good tips. Hopefully I can apply them, whether it's today or whether it's tomorrow or whenever it is. I have to think of things to talk about and make sure that they're interesting. I want to make sure I'm in the right frame of mind, because I don't want something weighing too heavy on me. That the surgery is heavy on me, but this gets me away from it for just that little bit of jotting down some things that I wanted to talk about, and at the same time getting my mind off that surgery that I know is going to be difficult. And anyways, enough of that. I don't want to talk about it anymore. No, it's making me sick. So it just means that it's going to be longer before I ride, which is very sad for me. Don't forget, POWMIAs, do not forget our servicemen and women. Thank them. Okay? And God bless all of you. Thank you for watching my video. I hope that it wasn't too boring. I hope I didn't lose anyone. I'm playing some music in the background. We're rolling with a little kid today. So that's something new. I don't even know if it's going to be picked up. If not, I'll have to adjust the volume. But I got Kid Rock playing in the background, and it's Rebel Soul is the album, and I'm a big Kid Rock fan, did not mention that. But that's it. That's all I got for you today. This is Carlos signing off, and again, red button time. God almighty, here we go. Please make me get it right.